Om Bhurбhuvassuvaham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayantam.
So Sairam, today we're going to speak about Prema Sai Baba, next incarnation of our beloved Swami. And this video, actually I decided to make after watching a very interesting video, very short one, just let me see, 2.5 minutes, by very respectful person, Professor Anil Kumar. Of course, each and every Sai devotee knows who is Anil Kumar, and it's wonderful person, example of great devotion, and of course very famous person, not only because he's a professor of the Sathya Sai University, I believe, and mostly he is famous because for something like, let me see, more than 20 years, 25 years or so, he was personal translator for our beloved Swami, Sri Sathya Sai Baba, in all public lectures, divine discourses, actually given by Sathya Sai in Telugu language, and the next, just next to Swami was always Professor Anil Kumar, translating Swami's message into English. So, very respectful person. And his video, it's October 2019, and the question from somebody, something like from Argentina or something like that, what the question is, what will be the signs of Swami coming as Prema Sai? Actually so many people are trying to understand, how can we understand this is Prema Sai or that is Prema Sai, what we know about the question itself. And of course, thousands, if not millions of Sai devotees, they try to put this question, like exactly to the best person, actually, who is Professor Anil Kumar. And his opinion is very important, I believe, but in this video, I'm sorry, I can't be agree. It's not complete answer at all. Actually, you can enjoy this video yourself. Let me repeat, Anil Kumar, October 9th, 2019, and the title is What Will Be the Signs of Swami Coming as Prema Sai? That's the title of the video. And the main point from Mr. Anil Kumar is that it's obvious. It's like sunrise. It's like it's obvious. It's like light of the sun. It's like light of the moon. It's obvious. But I'm really sorry, that is too childish. That's not realistic. That's not real answer. It can be obvious to somebody, it can be not obvious to somebody else. For example, there are so many serious yoga practitioners, gurus, meditation masters for whom avatarhood of Sathya Sai was not obvious. Though for us Sai devotees it's obvious, so we have huge number of gurus and spiritual schools, even in India itself, and they easily deny divine origin of Sathya Sai. So it means obvious is not an answer. The same was with Krishna, Buddha, and Jesus. Now we can say, oh my God, the divine incarnation of Krishna, Buddha, and Jesus, just obvious, but it was not obvious, 2,000-3,000 years ago. Actually, in the time of Jesus, in the time of Buddha, in the time of Krishna. Well, then Professor Anil Kumar told that, like, come on, when Prema Sai will be born, he will just proclaim himself, and that going to be, just obvious. Again, very childish. Sorry, Mr. Anil Kumar, but I have to tell you that that's very childish answer, because that's works like that. Okay, right now I'm making this video. It's actually 2021. Well, it's 10 years after Sathya Sai left his physical body. And at the moment, we have more than 10 candidates. A couple of them in Karnataka state, maybe even 3. 2 in Andhra Pradesh state, 2 in Tamil Nadu state, 2 or 3, actually 3 in North India and west part of India, Maharashtra state. So actually more than 10. Oh, 1 more in Calcutta. So more than 10. And even now, half of them already proclaimed themselves as the Prema Sai. 2 persons in Tamil Nadu already now done. 3 persons North India done. 1 guy in Andhra Pradesh also already proclaimed. So what? For the genuine Sai devotees, proclamation of the avatarhood is a huge event. Really huge. To say, we remember the story how Sathya Sai proclaimed himself as the avatar. But let us be clear, that situation is totally different. When Shirdi Sai passed away, Sathya Sai came as the next incarnation, but maybe not all of you aware that in 20th century was not only Sathya Sai who told about himself as the next incarnation of Shirdi Sai. I have no idea, but at least 10 or maybe more spiritual masters, people, in the different parts of India, mostly in Maharashtra state, they also proclaimed themselves as the next incarnation of Shirdi Sai. Of course, they were much less famous, but it doesn't matter. The historical fact is there. If you are Sathya Sai devotee, for you it's just obvious. Shirdi Sai, then he was reborn as Sathya Sai. For me, it's also obvious. As for Sathya Sai devotee, as for the Sai devotee, but let us be slightly objective. And it's not obvious for everyone. Many Shirdi Sai devotees, they didn't accept Sathya Sai. And let me repeat, we got few candidates for the next incarnation of Shirdi Sai in 20th century, just less famous for us. And now, basically the same story for the Prema Sai. So, those people who understood the truth about Prema Sai, basically, of course, they will enjoy proclamation. He will proclaim himself and will enjoy it. But at the same time, for those people who already understood the truth about Prema Sai, proclamation, sorry to say, means more or less nothing, because that people already understood the truth about Prema Sai. Even without the ritual of proclamation, it's obvious, this is the one. But at the same time, those people who can't, because of any reason, just can't recognize truth about Prema Sai, even after proclamation, they will deny. They will deny, because they will always have a chance to say, oh my God, he proclaimed himself, but how can we believe that this is really Prema Sai? Because now we have more than 10 candidates, and every second of them already proclaimed themselves as the Prema Sai, and so what? So what? So it means to proclaim, it's not the answer. The sun, shining, and everyone knows, okay, this is the sun. But divine incarnation, it's not like that. Just remember time of Jesus, time of Buddha, and time of Krishna. It was not obvious for everyone, okay, this person, his name is a Krishna. It was not obvious for everyone that this is the divine incarnation. The same, it was not obvious about Buddha that this is the sage who, the divine incarnation, divine global master, was not obvious. The same about Jesus. So to say that divine incarnation will be just obvious the same way, like the sun shining some way above, it's not the way. It's not the way, because sun is shining, it's only the sun. We can't confuse, oh my god, this is the sun, or maybe that is the sun. We have only one sun above. But in the case of divine incarnation, it's much more complicated question to understand, because we easily may have 100 of crazy people who proclaim themselves as the divine incarnation. Let us mention Madhusudan Sai. Very difficult question. At the moment, I'm absolutely neutral about Madhusudan Sai. I'm not interested to go there. I have Swami in my heart. I don't need to go to Madhusudan. And I believe that subtle body of Sathya Sai may exist in millions and billions of places. Not necessary that, okay, only inside Madhusudan Sai. Just this is confusion, because followers of Madhusudan Sai, they confuse this point. They think that Sathya Sai is so poor that he has only one astral body, and this astral body, subtle body, is exactly inside the Madhusudan. This is rubbish, because Sathya Sai is not saint, he is not yogi, he is God. It means he has billions of subtle forms, and simultaneously all that subtle forms may come to the billion of people, including, by the way, Madhusudan Sai as well, but no any special stuff about the guy. And I mean to say, for some Sai devotees, it's obvious that, okay, Madhusudan Sai carries the mission. He is a divine. For some Sai devotees, it's absolutely obvious that Madhusudan Sai is a cheater. Okay, for whom obvious what? So it's much more complicated question. And also we have absolutely clear prediction that Swami will be born in 1 year, that he's going to be born in Karnataka state, and he told to some of his close devotees many times in the different occasions, on the different occasions, that he's going to be born exactly in Dodamaluru village, which actually happened. 2011, Sathya Sai left his physical body. That was April 24th. And next year, 2012, June 28th, the Prema Sai was born in a Dodamaluru village, according to prediction of Sathya Sai himself. 1 year later, Karnataka state, Dodamaluru village. And the boy is growing, and the boy has all indications that he is the divine incarnation of Prema Sai. But then the question is, why? Why, after all, Professor Anil Kumar is not in Dodamaluru? If he knows everything, why he is not in Dodamaluru? The big question, very much political question, very much unspiritual actually question, but that is the question. So God bless you. Let us respect each other. Let us respect different opinions about Sathya Sai and Prema Sai, all that rather complicated questions, of course, very personal questions. God bless all of us. Stay in peace, happiness. See you next time.
Om Bhurбhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayantam